but he can use that to mask his own strikes. Have Sean think that he's going to go for a takedown, to shoot for the legs, and then come upstairs with the hands. There's the jab, but it was much more laboured. It wasn't as snappy as Sean's. And by the way, Sean's got a really good ground game.
And he's
so careful what you wish for.
His defense on the feet as well is kind of underrated too. It doesn't look like his hands are quite where they should be, but he avoids punches. He gets out of the way. He moves just enough. I mean, and Sean looks like he's not even breathing.
Strickland was last in action July of last year when he went the distance against Uriah Hall and really just put a beating on Uriah Hall over 5 rounds, and that certainly brought him to a new level.
Yeah, exactly, because, listen, standing and going toe-to-toe with Uriah Hall for 5 rounds, that's not an easy thing to do. When people fight Uriah Hall, typically they'll mix in takedowns and wrestle him and things like that. There was none of that with Sean. He stood toe-to-toe 5 rounds and beat him at his own game. All right, it wasn't as flashy as Uriah, but it was certainly more effective. There's a nice jab that got through.
Good job of scoring, bud.
Jack's chipping away with those legs, but those inside low kicks there to the thigh, whilst they're bothersome, if you're conditioned and you've done this for long enough, it ain't going to slow you down too much. The calf kick is different, the outside of the thigh, but inside thighs, you know, yeah, they hurt. And if you're good enough, but those ones so far, they're just distractions.
Strickland looked to follow the jab up with the right cross. Final minute of round number 1.
And it just seems to me that Sean is taking his time, right? He's really feeling him out with this jab, setting things up. Then you see, now they start to see the right hand just start to come along a little bit more and a little bit more.
Hermansson 0 for 2 on takedown attempts. Seems to just be a question of when he attempts the next one, but all on the feet right now.
It's very competitive, though. You know, neither man really taking much of an advantage.
No, you've got Jack landing quite a few leg kicks. Strickland pumping out that jab.
Round 1 in the books. Quick 30-second break. Back after this.
Got it. Hey, a couple deep breaths. Breathe for me. Hey, good round. Keep touching, keep poking. Here's the thing. Every time we drift towards his right side, that's when he's taking advantage of the calf kick. When we're throwing our jab, he's slipping hard off the lead side. So if you can flick the same side up there, you're going to walk him right into it. What you got, Coach?
I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to see it.
Yep, keep poking.
Stays open right when he...
Hey, sharp work now. Good bounce. Eye this motherfucker. Let's go. Let him see you now.
All right, let's take a look at some of the action here from round 1. The jab was often and busy there for Strickland. Nice knee to the body. Almost got the cup there. Good body shot there. And Jack was also attacking the calf, attacking the inside leg, but pretty competitive back and forth.
Striking numbers slightly in favor of Strickland, but certainly not a washout. Very tightly contested first rounds. Hermansson aggressive to start round 2.
Watch the barrier.
Jack needs to push forward more. He needs to get Sean on the back foot, because Sean's planting his feet and using that jab really well. Going to put him on the back foot. Of course, he's trying to mix in the takedowns as well. And that will assist.
See most people commenting there, they have at 10-9 for Hermansson round 1.
Yeah, and I
landed
think
all the leg kicks. That's really all that's really happened. Attempted takedowns, good defense from Strickland. But I feel like Sean is just taking his time. I mean, there's 5 rounds here for these guys to fight.
And he talked to us about how he prefers 3-round fights because he can sprint harder for 15 minutes.
So you see
be able to
maybe-
stay
yeah,
at the
he's-
same level over 25.
Yeah, he's kind of coasting right now. He's taking his time, but you know, you look for the momentum to build in a fight. You start chipping away when you're having success. You wear them down, and then when their defenses get lower, as they get more tired and you do more damage, that's when you start to pour on the pressure.
Easy defense on the takedown attempt from Hermanson.
Yeah, it seemed like Jack didn't fully commit to that one. And that's smart. If you shoot in on a takedown and it's not there and you know it as a fighter, back out, look for another chance. Don't force the issue. And that's not to say that if you're a wrestler and you chain your attempts together, I'm not saying that. He was so far out from that one. It's like, I'm not even going to put myself in a bad position.
He was also so far out of range with that combination as well, swinging at fresh air there.
Watch the area, there we go. Good thing. Watch the cage.
That's nice.
Hermanson, probably his best combination of the fight.
I mean, Jack was right. He said, I'm not afraid to stand and exchange. That's what he's doing.
And Strickland's using that double jab, following it up with the right.
I hate to say it, if you can't take him down, he's got no choice.
Yeah, but Sean's got to start getting busier with the punches.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice body kick there from Hermanson. I mean, the defense is there.
Well, they're not the best takedown attempts, you know, with respect. He's shooting from a little far out, so that's allowing Sean to defend quite easily. Stepping back, lowering his hips. There's a nice body shot.
Strickland, of course, made his presence known as a middleweight when he was trash talking with Jack Marshman for all 15 minutes of that fight.
I felt so sorry for Jack Marshman in that fight.
But he's been quiet since then. You know, he hasn't kind of.
I don't know. He was talking a little in the Uriah Hall fight, I think.
So far, silent. 90 seconds to go.
See, the thing is, in that Marshman fight, he had his number. He was picking him apart. So
Right.
then you can't afford to start having a little fun. When the stakes are high like this, when it's very evenly matched and neither man has, you know, established dominance yet, you ain't got time for that. No time for showboating and proving that you're the man and you're
Yeah,
being
you
funny
got to
in
find
there.
your way into the fight first.
You got to not get knocked out.
You see the difference in the attack. Strickland mostly to the head. Hermanson mixing it up to the body and the leg strikes. But the striking numbers are still very, very close. Under a minute to go, round two. Another jab that catches the target for Strickland.
Sean needs to follow it up with the right hand now. Start putting some combinations together. Cut the cage off. Go to the right now because Jack's going to exit to the left. See what I mean? He's going to cut the cage off and force him back. Then let go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 to the body. Inside low kick. 1, 2.
Sean's starting to pick up the kicking game here, too. He's landed a few good left kicks to the body. Starting to use that front kick. I think that's going to open things up for him more if he can start putting things together with the kicks and then his punches. There it is again. Nice lead front kick.
Final 5 seconds of round number 2. Oh, right from Strickland.
Big shot.
There's the horn as Strickland was going to let him back to his feet. If there was any question about that round 2, Strickland ended it.
Just took that one.
Hey, you having some fun yet, you sick fuck? Holy shit. Beautiful. Hey, listen, I just need to keep poking with the jab hand. Good job on changing the level with the body shot. That's going to keep investing, right? Down that midline body shot, reload it. Hey, you having fun? Holy fuck.
Let's go. Good, Cardiff. What's good?
Doesn't need the full minute.
I like that, Teddy Atlas. He's so right. Strickland just does such a good job of slipping, just steps just out of range, but he stays in so that he can re-engage when he wants to on his terms. But if you notice throughout this fight, especially with the punching exchanges, he really doesn't eat much shots.
So that one that put him down there, it wasn't actually a flush shot. It was
Kinda knocked him off balance.
Hermanson off balance. It was blocked by the forearm, but still,
Judges don't know that.
The judges do not see that.
Coming up next Saturday, mixed martial arts at the highest level will be on display in Houston. It's UFC 271, Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker, the championship rematch. You can only catch it on ESPN Plus next week. And that's a big thing with Nixick, right? We mentioned the short corner work. Strickland was on his toes for the last 30 seconds of that corner. Nixick likes that from his fighters. Play that mental game while Hermanson was on the stool. Let him see you bouncing on your toes and ready to get back to work.
Well, yeah, because if you're on the other side, it can be demoralizing. You're starting to feel the pressure, you're starting to get tired, you're breathing heavy, and then you look across the octagon and you see a man that all week has spoken about wanting to kill someone in the octagon, and they're not even tired and they're walking back and forth. It's not a good feeling.
Stiff jab from Strickland.
This is good for Jack, though. This is what he needs to do. Cut the cage off. Then he lets him off the hook. Then he backs up.
Are either of you surprised that he's only attempted so far 4 takedowns?
No.
Hasn't really committed to keep going for it?
No, because they've been unsuccessful. And when they're unsuccessful, then what's the point of wasting energy?
Yeah, you start doubting yourself that you can even do it. And they haven't even, if they've been close, or if he got him down for a little bit, Strickland got back up, then you would see more attempts. But they really haven't even been that close. They've just been shucked off. And not a non-issue, really, for Sean.
And you allow yourself to be found, or you find yourself in bad positions as well from sloppy takedown attempts. And it requires a lot of energy.
Strickland still working behind the jab and staying on the outside, while Hermanson tries to figure out a way in.
Like even that, see how he just gets out of the way. He doesn't slide all the way back to the fence. He doesn't run around the cage. It's a battle of inches, really. Big body kick there. See, boom, there it is again.
Yeah, his movement is strong. To your point earlier, or I can't remember if you were saying it, Michael, Strickland just plays like this guy who only fights, I just want to brawl, but he is technically very sound.
Oh, absolutely. You know, his fundamentals particularly are very strong. Defensively well.